underestimate the Toronto Red Wings. They've played the Don Mills Flyers very tight throughout the course of the season. Flyers only lost in the season once to the Red Wings. It makes for a great matchup here.
Absolutely. Time to talk tendies. And for the Toronto Red Wings, it'll be that man right there, Austin Poulin, who gets the start for them.
And so the pressure comes down on Poulin to be able to backstop the Red Wings to a victory here tonight. No doubt there's a lot of pressure on him coming into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a huge one.
Well, defense wins hockey games. Defense wins championships. So they're going to have to put a lot of emphasis on their defense. Keep the puck out of their own zone. Keep the pressure away from Poulin. And get the puck up quickly in transition to the forwards who can fly.
All right, well, we'll have to see how it all plays out. This is a huge game for the Toronto Red Wings. Welcome back to the Palace. And here we go, puck drop coming up between these two teams. Dana, you mentioned out of all the teams in the regular season, the Don Mills Flyers, or sorry, the Toronto Red Wings gave the Don Mills Flyers the hardest time. They had one loss, but the victory and the tie, and that was the lone loss in the season for Lindsay Horford's Don Mills Flyers. All right, here we go. We are underway. Well, we talk about everything Don Mills has done when it comes to goal scoring. They had a record of 24-1-8, as we mentioned. Lone loss to the Toronto Red Wings. They won the Silver Stick tournament as well. So a lot of success this year for the Don Mills Flyers. And that is one of the reasons why they've got the #1 ranking right now when you're looking at the OHL Cup rankings.
Yeah, they also won the Toronto Titans International Tournament Championship. They've had a good ride throughout the course of the season leading into this playoff series, which comes kind of early this season due to the Canada Winter Games that are being held in Prince George, BC, with those games coming up February 13th to March 1st.
And now here comes Levin. Great pass there for Tortora. Tortora makes the move, throws it back for Levin. Oh, baby, that would have been a highlight reel goal there. He's got the hands. Here's Coca with the wrister. Oh, Poulin just got a stick on that one.
And he leveled David Levin right in front of the net. That's a blatant call. That's how you decide a hockey game, not by shootouts.
I'd like to see a little 3-on-3 that they've been talking about instead of the shootout. I'm with you. And they score, the Red Wings. And then it was just a good forecheck that led to that, and a sharp angle shot. Alexander makes no mistake.
They do with a crossover in basketball.
Look at Levin putting on the moves. Levin with the shot. Toe drag through the legs. Little shimmy shake. You can see the penalty was right there at the start of this replay. And then Levin said, okay, you know what? I'm going to see what I can do here. It's on the board here for the Flyers, who are already made good, as that's Gordeev in the box. They're 1 for 1.
Gordeev in the penalty box for a hooking call. Another good opportunity for the Don Mills Flyers.
Oh, and Misley settled down the pass. The Junior Canadians and Mississauga Reps, who are the 3-6 seed, they've played 4 games and have scored 19 goals total between those two teams. This is just game number 4 that we've started, and we have Alexander for the Red Wings not too long ago. Cut into that deficit. Here's Robertson with a clapper, goes off a leg. Mastropalo's feeling that one. He's hunched over right now in the slot. Binney's trying to settle it down. Too many white jerseys get in the way of that shot, and that one gets blocked. They work it behind the net. Here's Robertson. Oh, he had that top corner pick, but Poulin made sure to get that catching arm up. May have gone off the shoulder. Either way, faceoff stays in the zone. And now the big boys will come out, as you can see, Newman, Tortora, and Levin for the Flyers. This is as dangerous as it gets in this year's loop for 3 players that you can put out for a man advantage.
Well, you took a look at the Don Mills Flyers, who seem to predicate their offense with the puck behind the net and then to bring it out in front and bringing out that igniting type line with Tortora and Newman and company. We'll see how things play out here in the next minute or so.
Here is Tortora, puts on the brakes, a nice little move, sends it in down low, back to Dennison at the point, and Poulin, no traffic in front, gets out where the blue and the white ice meet, and he makes the save.
Another look at the play as we see the shot in the slot area, and Poulin able to cut down on the angle. Dennison saying, hey, I could have had that one.
It's tough being a goaltender mentally, as you see Poulin there. There's a shot from Coca. That one stopped. Nice rebound control. Mentally, you make that mistake in the early outgoing of this hockey game. You give up a goal, and it's so tough to not just be hard on yourself, but I like his response that he's shown here. Some nice composure from the Red Wings goaltender.
He's got to show composure if they're going to battle back in this hockey game. They're up against a very tough Don Mills Flyers.
Here's Newman. Finds Dennison at the point. Just under 30 now in the man advantage. Dennison and Coca give and go. Return fast to Coca, who does a little 360. And then finds Newman. He's got a lot of room. Gets it right back. They're open down low, looking for it. Dennison gets the pass from Tortora. Those little seeing eye passes by Tortora, something else. Coca now comes in. Great individual effort. But the Red Wings got enough of that one, and we're 5-on-5. So as this one's fired in with a minute 45 to go, you can see his teammates and his trainer looking at him having a laugh.
Yeah, the Red Wings can't afford to make those little mistakes because that adds up to a goal. And you're playing against the #1 team in Ontario right now. Those little things will come back to haunt you.
Of course, they never lost more than one in a row because they only lost one game. There's a shot from a sharp angle. Cesare scores on the second opportunity. And just like that, the Toronto Red Wings are right back in this hockey game.
Want to shout out to Wendell Clark as well, who is here earlier in the arena, and congratulate him on his nomination to the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's a big honor there for one of the all-time Leaf greats of the modern era, you could say.
Talk about a real down-to-earth guy. You know, walks around the arena, talks to everybody. Everybody knows Wendell. You know, it's a shame to see hockey jerseys being thrown over the glass at the ACC lately.
Well, you would never see number 17s ever being thrown over the glass. I'll tell you that much. No matter how bad the Leafs are doing.
No, exactly. Another look at this again, Bill, as the Don Mills Flyers on the fly. And puck trapped.
And here's a break now. Gordeev pinched and he gets caught. Newman, he's got Robertson and Panacci. Across to Robertson. Oh, he ripped it. Red Wings were unaware as things are getting loud in here. Pretty good turnout at the Palace. Fans coming out. Scouts are in attendance here and want to see what these guys perform in crunch time.
Bill, great look at the Don Mills Flyers in a 3-to-1 situation like that. Newman setting up Robertson for quite a pass. And
it's all about execution, though, from here on out.
Yeah, you see the change.
And Corella scores! My goodness! From what seemed to be an impossible angle there, and it stayed along the ice. That's one that Woroniuk would surely like to have back, and I think that's going to be the end of the night for Matthew Woroniuk. I think Steven Katsopoulos is coming on in.
A change is going to be made. Lindsey Hofford not going to be too patient about this.
Here's that guy you were talking about once again, though, Dana. If you give him some room, he can dangle in the phone booth. And he made good there, getting past one Red Wings defender, and they were forced pretty much to take a penalty or give up a 1-on-0 against their goaltender.
You mentioned Dangle, and that's the name of our fellow from Rogers who is able to get out our messages every night at 2 o'clock in the morning on hockey updates from all over the world. That's Steve Dangle, so certainly a shout out to him as well.
Yep. Getting those emails every morning.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
That's now 5-on-3 for the Flyers. Here's Newman on his backhand. He was trying to find Levin. And it's a lengthy 5-on-3 at that. Just under a minute now for these Flyers. Dennison across. They work it down low. Here's Levin. Fakes the pass. He still has it. Comes out with it. Draws out a defender and fires it back. Dennison takes it on the backhand. They're working it around the triangle right now, just trying to find an open shooting lane. Here's Dennison for Tortora with the rip. That one stopped by Poulin, and a nice save by the Red Wings Tendy.
Almost like Poulin was expecting that shot. Wound up by Jake Tortora. Set up again on the play. Nice pass as Tortora taking the right-handed shot from the left wing. And Poulin being able to come over and cover on the play.
The back check there on Tortora.
That's a great snapshot with Tortora and Tippett of GTHL hockey at its finest.
There's a shot by Levin. That one stopped by Poulin. There's Coca, comes in, shot stop. Poulin on a sharp angle, gets the blocker on that one. LaFontaine takes a hit. Hoffenmeyer sees some room, and now a quick outlet in the one-touch pass through the neutral zone, and here are the Flyers. That shot stopped by Poulin. And there's a nice chip. That one gets past Cassaro, and here's another odd man rush. Here's Newman with Panacci. Panacci tries to get it back. What a play by Gordeev. Another 1-on-3 or 3-on-1 rush, depending on how you look at it. Stymied by an excellent defensive play by the last man back for the Red Wings. That time it happened to be Gordeev.
Take a look at this again as Don Mills Flyers taking advantage of a miscue there at the blue line. 2-on-1 situation. Panacci trying to slide the puck through. Gordeev played that so well.
Red Wings have to be careful. They're only down by 1, but they've taken some liberties pinching to try and keep the play alive. Hi again, everybody. Bill and Dana back with you here talking some hockey. Dana, high-scoring game to say the least. One thing I mentioned to you before we headed into the break there was who's going to settle things down a little bit defensively, because right now it's really open-ended. Both teams are trading chances, and you have to think that goes into the favor of the Don Mills Flyers with some of those skilled guys that they have.
Yeah, their power play is very much a lot of fun to watch. A very skilled set. You know, looking at guys like Tatora and Newman out there. Hoffenmeyer with the shot from the blue line. Coca, his defense partner. That's just beautiful to watch on their power play unit. But the Toronto Red Wings have shown that they can compete, and their compete level in the second period shows that they're going to be back in this playoff series. Forget the first 2 games. Forget the game, the tie, the 6-6 tie.
Yep.
They're in this game.
Yep, and they're showing that it's going to be no cakewalk. Obviously, the Flyers are the favorites heading into this series, but the Red Wings are making life difficult. Let's check out now our second period highlights, and you can see that was coming in from Katsopoulos, who's come in for Woroniak, has made some big-time saves, and that was the skill set of Levin on display there. And as we continue to go on here, both of these teams battled it out, and again, it was just high-octane offense and just quality chance after quality chance. That was the play that would chase Woroniak from the net. For the other series around the GTHL loop, we've got the Toronto Titans are ahead of the Young Nats 6-2. The JRC, that would be the Junior Canadians, 6-2 as well, stranglehold over the Reps. So both the Titans and Junior Canadians with another win will head into the semifinals. And of course, the other one would be the Toronto Marlies and Mississauga Rebels. What a matchup that's been. Those two are tied at 4 points apiece.
Play this season, but they've always had a very competitive hockey team out there.
And it's chopped out of play by the Red Wings with 22 seconds to go here for the Don Mills Flyers and their power play.
Yeah, just take a look at in front of the net. Gordeev's not going to allow any kind of action in front of Poulin at this time. The way he took out David Levin with a cross check, we see him go down there. There was no call on the play.